Hello friends, this is Chandrakant from Akul Mac and welcome to Multiverse. Today topic of discussion is about our future. So is the future already written? Do we have a possibility of changing our future? As people say, hey, future is something which nobody has seen and it is what you make of it. But this is exactly what we want to talk about. And not in a philosophical way, but with facts and with scientific knowledge that I have. So with this, let me start my discussion and tell you what is the future and has that been written already? That means you don't have control on your future at all. So let's say before we go there, let's start discussing about what is the present. So if we know our present, then it will be a lot easier to understand the future. So our present is basically our view or vision of our past that we see, which is brought in by light. So that means the light brings the information to us, and that becomes our future. In other words, it's an image of past or distant past as we see currently, and that is the future. So that is the present. So this is what the whole definition of present is. That means we are always looking in the past. And why? Because the events which are brought in by light will inform us, which is light has a finite speed. So the information about past will also reach it at a finite pace. So when the light brings the information to us, which is the fastest thing in the universe, then we start knowing the past in the present. So this is how the information of present is. That means from present location, we can always look at the past. Just to throw some examples, if you look at sun, it is the sun as it was 8 minutes back, because the light takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth. So that means we are not looking at the present situation of sun. We are looking at sun as it was 8 minutes back. So this is the just to prove a point, I'm just making this argument where I'm trying to explain. In present, we're always looking at the past, and the past is the information brought in by the light to us, and hence we are able to see the past. So in other words, past is something that we cannot change. The events that have occurred in the past have already happened. There is no way to change those events, and we just see them as they have happened some time back, because the light informs us about those events, and we record them in present. So to explain how future will work for us using the same principle, I want to draw your attention to uh, how light will then start determining the future events which will occur in the future. So let's say if Earth is present at this location, and the observable universe, observable that we can observe at any point in time, um, is a cone of the space time that we can see. So this becomes our reality, and this is all we can see, because the light is bringing information at a 45-degree angle to us, and that is the maximum line of sight we have. If there is something which is outside of this 45-degree triangle, the light will not have enough time to reach us. Hence, we do not know if there are objects or things in that part of the universe, even though as you can see in this diagram, that the even the next door neighbor, we are not able to see, because the light has not reached us yet from these points. So we always look in the past in a triangular fashion, and that we call as an observable universe. Whatever events are occurring in that triangle is our present and past, and that is what we call reality. Without even knowing that there is a next door, there is another object which exists next to us on the same timeline as present, because universe is a very vast object, and it started expanding and things are moving. So hypothetically, if we say that if on the present timeline, there are multiple objects, but we cannot see them in present. We probably see them in our future as our past. As I explained to you, that light has not got enough time to reach us. We will probably be able to see these objects which are nearby when Earth moves ahead in time, and then light will reach us in our future, and we see their present as our past. So this is how the universe functions. This is how the future will be also known to us. That means whatever we are seeing is always events which have already occurred. Now let us understand. Uh, let us increase the complexity of this diagram, and let's add another planet which is out of our vision. We have no knowledge that this planet exists, and it has the same timeline, but we don't know whether this planet exists. It's very far off from our current location, but it is at the same timeline. That means it is at the present level. And this planet has the same scenario where they have their own observable universe, which they can see, but they cannot see Earth. They are seeing the events which have occurred in the part of the universe which they can see, which the information has been brought to them by light. Now, as you can see in this diagram, that at some point in the past, the two triangles interject each other. So, which actually means that the 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 past, distant past for Earth as well as for Planet One is probably the same thing. That means the light from these part of the distant past has reached both Earth and planet. That means Planet One and Earth has a common history in the distant part. But the immediate past is not known. They have a distinct immediate past because light from this area of universe does not reach Earth. Similarly, light from this area of universe does not reach Planet One. So, at some point in time, this light will reach Earth, but we will always see Planet One as it existed in our past, not at the present level. So this is the scenario if we talk about two different areas in the universe, and how time is, and the information that we see brought in by light is playing or defining how we will see present and past. Now let's complicate the matter a little bit further, and let's imagine an object which is existing in our future. That means an object which is ahead of us in the timeline, which is Planet 2. So the Planet 2 is moving faster, and it has reached to a part of universe which interject both timelines of Earth as well as Planet 1. That means from Planet 2, if there are human beings or some intelligent being which are able to see in their present, they are seeing the past, and in their past they see both Planet Earth and Planet 1 and the events which have happened in this part of the universe. So you see their observable universe is much larger than uh, the Earth and the planet, because they have obviously spent more time in the universe. They have got time to travel further ahead. And now this is where the problem starts. See, whatever our present is the past of Planet 2. That means the timelines of Planet 2 are interjected with Earth as well as with Planet 1. So whatever events are now occurring in our present is for Planet 2 has already happened. So the whole point is that our events which are happening have already occurred on Planet 2. They are seen as their past. And as you know, friends, that universe follow the law of conservation of information. That means if there is one event, there cannot be two different type of event. The event information will remain the same from whichever part of universe you see them. So how it is possible that for planet Earth, the present is somebody else's past, and for their point of view, the events which are occurring now on Earth or on planet 1 or any of this part of universe has already happened, and they see this as a past. Let's complicate the matter even further. Let's imagine a hypothetical planet which is in a distant future, where a planet which has got time to travel further, they spend more time. And as you can see, the planet 3, as far as we are concerned, exists in our distant future. And all the events which have occurred in distant future, as well as near future, as well as past or distant past, are all part of history of planet 3. So if that is the reality, that means whatever events will now happen for us have already happened, and those events are being shown as past for planet 3. So now we are bringing the complexity to even higher level. That means the planet 3 and planet 2 have a common history, and for them we are a past. We are in past. That means whatever events which will now happen from our present to future for planet 2 and planet 3 have already happened. That means we just have to simply live those moments. They're already happened. They've already written. And this is what I wanted to bring to you today in terms of, opening the subject a little bit more, where uh, as we say that there is no distinction between past, present, and future. All events are already predetermined, and we just have to go and live those moments. That means we don't have a free will. As we say that there is a free will, but there is actually no free will, where the events have already happened. We just have to live it and think that this is our past. But for some other beings, some other civilization, they may be seeing us as their past. That means all the events which will occur in our future, for them, they have already happened, they have recorded it. And as the law of the universe says that the event cannot have two outcomes. That means whatever event will happen for planet 2 and planet 3 are the same events which we will experience in our future, but those are the same moments which are recorded, and they cannot have, these events cannot have two different outcomes. That means we cannot change our future because it's already written somebody else's in the somebody else's past. So I know, friends, this is a little bit mind-boggling and thought-provoking subject, but I wanted to bring this to you, maybe to initiate a discussion. So I will be more interested in knowing your comments, and if you have any questions or any suggestions, we will take that up in the next episode of Multiverse. Until then, bye-bye.